It was on the Tuesday that they called him a waster. The place smelt like the perfume department of a big store. It was as if someone had bumped their elbow against a bottle and sent it crashing to the floor, setting off the most expensive stink bomb on earth. But it happened in a house, not a shop. And the woman who broke the bottle was no casual afternoon shopper. She was the penniless, poorest of the poor, giving away the only precious thing she had. And he sat still, while she poured the liquid all over his head, as unnecessary as aftershave on a full crop of hair and a bearded chin. And those who smelt it, and those who saw it, and those who remembered that he was against extravagance, called him a waster. They forgot that he was also the poorest of the poor. And they who had so much, and who had given him nothing, objected to a pauper giving him everything. Jealousy was in the air when a poor woman's generosity became an embarrassment to their tight-fistedness. That was on the Tuesday when they called him a waster.
Jesus was in Bethany at the house of Simon, a man who had suffered from a dreaded skin disease. While Jesus was eating, a woman came to him with an alabaster jar filled with an expensive perfume, which she poured on his head. The disciples saw this and became angry. Why all this waste, they asked. This perfume could have been sold for a large amount and the money given to the poor. Jesus knew what they were saying, so he said to them, "Why are you bothering this woman? It is a fine and beautiful thing that she has done for me. You will always have poor people with you, but you will not always have me. What she did was to pour this perfume on my body to get me ready for burial."
This is a difficult story to get our heads around. Jesus is sitting, relaxing, having had a meal, presumably, and along comes a woman, and depending which gospel reader we may or may not know her name, and she anoints him. She pours oil over his head. In some versions of the story, she gets down and she starts to clean his feet. She starts to brush his feet with her hair. There's something a little bit inappropriate, a little bit uncomfortable about this story. And Jesus, rather than sending her away or asking her to stop, lets her continue. And the other men all around, who would never dream of doing the same thing and certainly weren't comfortable being in the same room, start to get a little bit angsty and a little bit upset by this. And they take it out on the woman and they say, "Why wasn't this oil sold? It was worth a lot of money. We could have used that. That money could have been given to the poor. It could have done God's work rather than been wasted here." And Jesus says, hang on a minute. You will always have the poor here. You will always have opportunities for that. Don't miss the opportunity for something that's important. You will not always have me. And there are two things to focus on here. Firstly is the importance of taking some time out, taking some time, knowing that there are other times to do the important and the big stuff, and time to take some me time. And that's important. And secondly is to remember the importance of actually worshiping God. Not to get focused in the doing, but to remember the why we are doing. God loves us, and so we need to give back to God all that is his. Give him some recognition and some praise and some love. God's love, we are going to see in this week, is illogical. It's uncomparable. It's overflowing. It's reckless. To try and show the people who want nothing to do with him how much he cares. And so we're asked to bring back something to God.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. And you have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb